Hey, welcome to the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. Hope you're doing well. And it's Tuesday. It's two for Tuesday. And where we try to 10x our careers, our lives, whatever, bring 10x to value to our customers. So we bring up ideas that are not the normal, that help everything else. But I wanted to share today, I want to talk about staying ahead of the curve from a career perspective or new job or job application perspective. Couple things that I was reflecting on during the week. There was a article by Shalloway. He's putting out a new value coaching class, which I thought was an interesting take. And then also I attended I want to say zombie scrum. Hey, agile dojo, but I was a zombie last week. So I just wanted to share my experience with that and how those two things like that will help you stay ahead of the curve from a career perspective and just reflecting on what helped me get to where I am as an agile coach or my career in general. So it's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show. I am Greg Mester, Scrum Master and Agile Coach. And I hope you're doing well. And, I do public speaking, going to be speaking in Agile Pakistan coming up soon. So that'll be interesting. So stay tuned for that. And again, as I always say, thank you, everyone, for helping us become the fourth ranked podcast and feed spot for Agile coaching. Do definitely appreciate that. And as I said, we are going to do more stuff, different stuff to try to keep pushing our show up there to provide more value for career growth, for to help those who are out there to have that common sense approach to Scrum and Agile and not always that book. Oh, here's how you pass a test. So we'll do that too, because apparently that's what the algorithm says that you all want. But a lot of times it'll be just here's the things that they don't teach you in these Agile classes and hopefully make it less scary, right? Except though I might be scary. Anyway, again, thanks for joining us. We talk about here on the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum Show, we talk about Scrum and Agile in a very practical and tactical way. So to bring value to the customer, not work crazy hours to bring that value to the customer, and have a little fun along the way. So, talking about this, Al Shalloway's got a course out there. I saw that post up on LinkedIn. I'm curious about it. Got a lot of things going on. I might attend. I don't know. I'm debating on that one. But it's talking about value coaching. Look at Agile or look what we do from a coaching perspective in a different way, getting some different learnings, continuous learnings, and different thought perspectives and views on Agile or teaching or sharing with the team or growing us personally. I think it's important that you go out there and look for that kind of stuff. And it seemed like a pretty good deal. Some people like, oh, I don't need another cert. It's not about the cert. Though the cert's nice, but it's not about gaining another cert. It's about gaining another perspective that you can bring back as a tool to your team. So there's a different mindset on that. And value coaching value as much as coaching Scrum or Agile principles is very important, right? It's another one of those things. So I wanted to share that with you. Also, so last week, let's see, I attended a Philadelphia Agile Dojo meetup. I had time, so I was able to attend. I'm like, okay, I want to go attend, and because I joined a couple of meetups all scattered around the world, and when I can, I join. I tell you, I missed it. Though I was a zombie, I don't want to say I was a zombie because I was just starting my what pulled me down last week. So I was, as I talked about, I admitted in the beginning of the session, they said, okay, how do you feel coming into this session? I wrote zombie and I wrote brain is mush, right? So I was honest with how I was feeling going in because I was literally sick. So it was kind of hard, but I did get energized by attending and talking with other Agile people. A lot of times when you're a Scrum Master or an Agile coach, you're by yourself, right? There's not a lot of organizational sharing going on. Everyone's intimidated. They don't want to share because they're worried they'll look inferior, right? They'll look like they don't know, which is sad. One, working for an organization where you feel intimidated. But that's also why I did the Slack channel for the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum crew and meetup and stuff like that. And again, just to remind you, I meant to do it yesterday, but something came up that I had to go to take care of that knocked me out for the rest of the afternoon. But it was a good thing for the future. But I had to go do it. So it's like as soon as I finished doing my morning stuff and helping my teams, I had to run away and go do stuff for the rest of the afternoon. But I am offering for those who join the meetup list free access to the Slack channel. And the idea behind the Slack channel is that you can communicate, share, learn lessons learned, winnings, classes, whatever, questions, cheer on other agile people in a nice close-knit community that's not like LinkedIn, right? It's not Facebook. It's not Twitter, where you get these weird people that are really, trashing or jealous or whatever you have of your accomplishments, but people that would root for you on, it's not, or share and not hold, well, I can't believe you're that dumb. You don't understand that. We don't do that. And that was a nice thing about the dojo, was that it's off work. Whatever says in the dojo stays in the dojo. And it was nice that we practiced some coaching skills and things like that. And it was nice to listen to other agile people as they talked about their issues, what they're doing, learning about where they are in the coaching realm. And whoever attended the session was very interesting. I'm definitely different coaching wise, and I've developed my thing through all the mentorship that I've had and the classes I've had, how I coach, which is slightly different. But it's more open and honest, I think, a little bit, but it was fun, so that's another thing where really encourage people, once you get the job, don't stop going to the meetups and stuff. Go there, release your frustration, share your thoughts. It's a great opportunity. And again, like I said, I got the Slack channel that's going to be free for anybody who just signs up for my mailing list, for the 5 a.m. Mester Scrum mailing list. They'll get free access to the Slack channel. Originally it was $10 a month, which kind of want to go to the gym, which I haven't done, which I need to do. And if you ever follow along with what I talk about, my morning things, I wrote things I have not done lately or not doing when it was the gym. So I'm going to try to fit that in today if possible. I'm feeling better. I feel like I could actually go to the gym for a change. But between getting my tooth pulled out and getting sick and all that other stuff, it wasn't going to happen. Especially when the person says, don't do anything stressful. So I'm thinking pushing heavy weights in the gym, or some even light weights in the gym, would be kind of stressful. And I didn't want to mess with my jaw. So, because in the future I have to get an implant, become a robot again. So we'll see. But anyway, so those are the two things I want to talk about: how to stay ahead of the curve. Because then they talked about people feeling threatened about their agile job, things getting replaced, things getting changed. I want to add another thing. So I mentioned the value coaching. So that's coaching. One of the things I hear from a lot of Scrum Masters in the old school, new school, whatever, is that they don't need to know the technical aspects of the job or know enough about the job. They can just be a Scrum Master and they don't need to know. Well, that's fine. And that's the way it should be at first, that you can grasp on that. But once you get in the job, I really advise, like, there's LinkedIn classes and stuff like that. If they program in a certain language, they use a certain background or certain product line, get familiar with the product line, learn about the product line, surf along their website, whatever they have, whatever the team is working on, get to know the product. But also take a class in what the team is developing so you have those skills. Not that you're going to code or anything, but you have a better knowledge or greater knowledge of how they do stuff in the language they use. There's nothing that prevents you from taking a class in that stuff, even the basic stuff, like how to code in Java, how to code in HTML. I'm just throwing some stuff. How to do SQL, whatever they use, how to do AWS. Because two things. One, it helps you better communicate to the team. And two, if they have to make a decision between a scrum master that kind of knows the technical stuff and one that doesn't know the technical stuff, they're going to pick the one that knows the technical stuff. I'm telling you right now, it's a fact, right? Don't be like, oh my God, I got to know technical. Take some initial classes. If you're going to be there for 6 months to a year, there's no reason why you can't take a class in understanding that, and let your manager know. Let your contracting people that know that you're taking the class on that, or you don't have to tell them you're taking the class, but let them know, hey, I just finished, the agile whatever, or the JavaScript or whatever language or automated testing that, the teams are using, because it doesn't hurt you, right? And then if you go for a job, you also have some of the technical background that kind of goes with that, which kind of helps you get the job. So staying ahead of the curve. By the way, if you don't understand what ahead of the curve means, when I was in college, and this is where I really learned about the head of the curve, I'm used to people grading on a curve where they use half the curve. But I actually had a class, it was a material science class, that they actually, the professor actually used the whole curve, both sides. So if everyone was getting B pluses in the grades, well, that B plus now became a C. And if you were below a B plus and you got a B, it's now like a D. That's the way he did it. And then anything like that used to be an AA plus was now a B. So it was like the curve. So you want to stay on the right side of the curve and not on the left side of the curve. So you're staying ahead of the curve. That's where that phrase came from. And that's a terrible place to be when you think you're going to coast through a class. Next thing you know, you're getting a C or D, and you're like, what? I got A's and B's in all your tests. Well, so did everyone else. Well, I can't help it if your tests are easy. Why should I get punished? Anyway, that's what you call being ahead of the curve. So you think about it. You think about the curve. You got an average Scrum Master or an Agile coach who basically just knows Agile, right? And the people that are below the curve are the inexperienced ones learning Agile, right? The ones ahead of the curve are the ones who learn some technical knowledge, product knowledge of where they work and what they're doing. Those are the ones staying ahead of the curve. The ones talking to other Agile coaches, other Scrum Masters in these like dojos and meetups are also staying ahead of the curve. Why do I say that? And I'm going to end on that. Is that you learn from multiple people. So you can either learn from your time experience coaching teams and being a Scrum Master, or you can also add to that by taking in the lessons learned, the challenges by other Scrum Masters. So if you go to a meetup, you can 10x your knowledge of Scrum by listening to 10 other Scrum Masters and Agile coaches on their journey to where they're going, right? That's how you 10x that stuff. Again, these are the two things. One, go to learning classes, stay ahead of the curve while you're in position, learn some technical stuff, take a basic LinkedIn course, go take, how to program Java, like I said, whatever, or program in Selenium for testing, right? Learn those little things, learn about the product line. So that's one. And then the second one is attend these meetups, right? Because you can 10x your knowledge of Agile by listening to another 10 coaches or Scrum Masters and their experiences. And now you're 10x above the one who doesn't go, right? So those two things will keep you ahead of the curve, taking some classes, even some technical stuff, and attending these group meetups like I did the Philadelphia Agile Coaching Dojo. But it was fun. It was fun talking to other people that were in the Agile world. So with that, that's what I had today. Again, thank you very much for making us a fourth ranked by FeedSpot for Agile coaching. And also, don't forget, sign up for our mailing list so you can get access to the Slack channel so you can do that thing to stay ahead of the curve on your career and job lookout. So with that, I want to say thank you all. Hopefully I'll have some good news coming up. And don't forget, I'm going to be doing the Agile Pakistan event coming up here in November. And I want to wish you all the best. Take care, everyone. And I may or may not see you tomorrow. We shall see. I got a lot of stuff tomorrow that's my team related that I got to do. So take care. Happy scrumming. See you soon.